Welcome to the All Rise Podcast Sunday Scaries. I'm your host, Christine, a civil litigator and personal mentor. Every Sunday, we'll tackle those dreaded Sunday Scaries together to demystify the practice of law and provide you with actionable tips and guidance to face your week ahead. So grab a cup of coffee, take a deep breath, and join me while we turn those Sunday Scaries into stepping stones towards your success. Let's get started. Welcome back to the All Rise Podcast Sunday Scaries, where we tackle those dreaded Sunday Scaries and help navigate the challenges of the legal profession. I'm your host, Christine Barker, and today we are going to dive into a topic that is really kind of woo-woo, kind of out there, but I really think it is critical to anybody that is in a high-stress career, especially lawyers. So we're going to dive into mindfulness. The legal profession is really demanding, and I will tell you, I am living it right now. I am knee-deep in trial preparation, and it is, I'm telling you, it is spinning me for a loop. Between keeping up with my caseload, with my mentoring that I do with my team, with still client development, because that is always on the table, and then actually preparing for trial, interviewing witnesses, deciding trial themes, going through deposition transcripts, strategizing on pretrial motions. All of those things are just on top of your day-to-day handling. And so it's really demanding. It's very fast-paced, and it is extremely stressful. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, whether you are, just, preparing for trial, or if it's just a new area of law for you, or you're a brand new attorney and you're just starting out, there are some things that you can do to manage that stress and stay on top of your workload without losing your mind. But what if there was a way to manage this kind of stress, to help improve your focus and really kind of enhance your all-over well-being? This is where mindfulness really comes in. And again, like I said, it's a little bit out there, but I promise you it does work. It is hands down the way that I've been managing my stress the last couple of weeks and, trying not to kill my husband. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about this mindfulness and what practical and how it can be that. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about mindfulness and how practically it can benefit lawyers, and then practical ways that you can incorporate it into your daily routine. Let's get started. So, what exactly is mindfulness? In its simplest form, mindfulness is the practice of being present and engaged in a current moment without judgment. It's about paying attention to your thoughts and your feelings and your surroundings without really getting caught up with them. And that's really hard, especially when you are under a lot of pressure and under a lot of stress. And to do that, you kind of have to take like a giant step back from really what's going on in your life and going on in your practice and going on with your work, and really look at it objectively without getting caught up with it. Mindfulness is really rooted in this in a meditation practice. You don't have to be sitting still and cross-legged, sitting on a cushion or anything like that to be meditating or to be mindful. It's something that you can practice kind of anywhere at any time. It's about learning to observe your thoughts, your feelings from a distance rather than reacting to them automatically. For lawyers, we're often juggling multiple tasks and deadlines, and mindfulness can be a really powerful tool. It can help you stay focused, make better decisions, and manage your stress more effectively so that you can actually get to your work and give quality work. Let's talk a little bit about why mindfulness is particularly important for lawyers. The legal profession, as we all know, is very high-level stress. According to studies, lawyers experience significantly higher rates of anxiety, depression, and burnout compared to any other profession. The demands of the job, coupled with the competitive nature of the field, can take a toll on your mental and your physical health. This is where mindfulness comes in. By practicing mindfulness, you can reduce stress, you can improve your focus, and even enhance your emotional intellect. These skills are crucial for a successful legal career. And this makes sense because as a lawyer, people are coming to you with their problems and they're looking to you for solutions. And you really do need to stay focused and calm in order to evaluate the problems, the legal ramifications, and come up with those solutions without emotion. And if you're stressed and overworked and burnt out, your emotions are getting in the way of you providing the best legal services you can to your client. This is not all about just managing stress in the moment. Everyone gets stressed. People get stressed out in all different careers. People get stressed out just in life in general. It's not really about managing your stress. What it is, it's helping you build up resilience over time. And this is helping you to be able to manage those more stressful situations when it comes to clients and it comes to their problems and managing their problems, and really being mindful about not making their problems your problems. I have to remind myself constantly, these are not my problems. I didn't create these problems for my client. They are coming to me with a set of facts and information and situations and issues that they got themselves into, whether voluntarily or they were kind of drug in. But regardless, I didn't create the problems. And I have to be really thoughtful about that so that I can approach it from a problem-solving perspective. And this is also really important when you've got clients or when you have a mentality of a win. I have to win. I want to win. My client expects me to win. Not all cases are winnable, and that's okay. It's not your fault if somebody comes to you with a set of facts that are just not going to be winnable under the law. What you do need to be doing, though, is that you need to be evaluating and then giving your client the best advice that you can based upon the circumstances, the facts, and what the law allows and what it doesn't allow. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you can help train your brain to respond to stress in a more balanced and effective way. And this is going to help reduce the likelihood of burnout because it's coming. It's coming for us all. And we really need to start kind of pressuring down that bubble of anxiety of I can't do everything or I can't fix this problem. When you kind of clear your mind of expectations of what you should or shouldn't be doing and really focus on what is in front of you, you can come at it with a better and more open mind in order to come up with the most effective way of litigating or the effective way of communicating and counseling your client. Some practical tips here. One simple way is to start your day with mindfulness. Incorporating mindfulness into your routine at the very start of the day with just a few minutes of like mindful breathing or meditation. I like to journal in the morning. I have a little journal practice where I sit down and really think about my thoughts. And initially what I do is I assess, what am I actually thinking? What am I feeling? And it's usually anxiety. It's usually overwhelm. It's usually stress. It's usually something that is not really helpful for me. And then after I do that, I write down, what am I thinking? What thoughts are creating that emotion? And I will tell you the majority of the time it is, I don't have enough time. Everything falls on me. Why can't I do this? Someone else would be better at this. How can I figure this out? All of those thoughts, although true, and they're fueling my emotions, might not necessarily be helpful for me when I'm tackling my day. The next thing that I like to do is I like to write down, what would I rather be feeling? How do I need to come at my day? And usually the emotions that I go to are confidence, calm, self-awareness, self-assuredness. Sometimes I want to be relaxed. Sometimes I want to be peaceful. If I've got so much going on that day, I'm like, you know what? I just need to relax. And then I think about some thoughts that are going to be helpful for me to reach that emotional state. For example, if I want to feel confident about something, I'm writing a motion right now and I'm all over the place and I'm picking at different things from different case law and statutes and trying to make them fit within my facts. And so one of the things I wrote down this morning was, I want to be confident. I want to be confident in what I'm doing. And confidence for me is believing in my abilities, my experiences, and I always forget this one, experiences, abilities, and decisions. There we go. Okay. Sorry. But those are the three things that really help me build confidence. When I tell myself, look, I believe in my experience, whatever it is, something's gotten me here. So I believe in my experience. I believe in my ability to critically think, and I believe in my decisions. I think that I'm going to make the best decisions that I know how. And when I do that, when I think those thoughts, it helps me exude that confidence that I need to tackle my problems. Before you dive into emails or you start thinking about your to-do list, take a couple of moments in the morning just to sit quietly, focus on your breathing, and maybe journal out some ideas of how you're feeling and how you want to feel. This is really going to help set the tone for the rest of the day. It's going to help you focus on what you need to get done that day in a mindful way. Practical tip number 2 is practice mindful breathing. Again, you could do meditation if you want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. My mind tends to wander when I, sit down and just focus on breathing. Although one mindful tip that I do find helpful for myself when I'm trying to meditate or when I'm trying to focus on my breathing is just tell myself what I'm doing. I'll take a deep breath, close my eyes, and just tell myself, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And just watching that and making sure that I'm being mindful about the fact of what I'm doing. What am I doing right here in the now? I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. Paying attention to the sensations of the air coming into your body and then leaving your body. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but it works. It really helps to just drop that anxiety level and gives you your ability to focus. Use mindful client interaction. This one's really, really key and really important. So this can be incredibly valuable when you're interacting with different clients. So whether you're in a meeting and you need to try and give them your full attention. I know it is very easy to multitask. I'm the queen of multitasking. I can be on a Zoom call with my email popped up and I'm looking right at the camera and you think that I'm looking at you, but I'm not. I'm busy typing away. I'm moving stuff in and out. I might have an earbud in and I'm listening to some music or a podcast and I've got a phone ringing over here. I am constantly multitasking, and it's not good for mindfulness at all. And I have to be really, really careful to really focus that attention. I read a study one time that men and women's brains differ significantly when it comes to multitasking. And I see it with my husband, who's also an attorney. That man will open up one tab at a time. He will open up his email. He will check his email. He will close his email. He will open up a motion he's working on. He will work on the motion. He'll close the motion, he'll open up his email, and he'll check again. Me, I have 50 tabs open. I have 3 open right now, and I'm just recording a podcast. So women tend to do that, and we really have to take a step back and, again, be mindful about being present in the here and now. And it is crucial when you are dealing with clients to really sit and listen to what they have to say. A lot of times clients just want their day in court, and their day in court might just be sitting with you, telling you how they've been wronged. And if you're listening and mindfully listening to your client, you might be able to help them solve their problems. That doesn't include going to trial. That doesn't include a lot of litigation. So really listening to them about what their grievance is and what they want out of something. This will really help you to understand your client's needs, putting their needs first and knowing what it is that they really want and not necessarily what you think that they want. Another helpful tip is throughout the day, make a point to take mindfulness breaks. Step away from your desk, step away, take a couple of minutes to do some breathing, look away from your screen, go get some coffee, maybe go outside. One thing that I've been doing this week as I'm preparing for trial is to step away from my computer and sit down and eat lunch. 9 times out of 10, I will eat lunch at my computer. I'll have, my lunch sitting here and I'll be working. I'll be on the phone. Again, multiple tabs open. But this week, as I'm dealing with the anxiety of preparing for trial, I've been really mindful about setting aside 20 minutes for me to eat lunch. And when I'm working at home, I'll eat lunch outside. I've got like a little bistro table sitting in our front little courtyard. It's been beautiful here. And I'll take my lunch. I'll sit out there and for 20 minutes, I'll just enjoy my lunch. Being outside, taking a couple of minutes just for myself, some deep breaths, some fresh air, just those few minutes have been invaluable to just refocusing my brain and letting me come back with a fresh mind to really tackle the next problems. Also stretch, I'll do a couple of little stretches and stuff, at my desk. I'll get up, move around. I also change sceneries. So I have a home office here at home. I also have an office that at the office that I'm in a couple of days a week. But sometimes I'll just take my laptop and I'll move to the kitchen counter, or I'll move outside and I'll move to that little bistro table. And today's Sunday, so I was working today, and I took my laptop outside. I was working on emotion, and it was nice just to have that fresh air. I'll put on a little mood music. I do. If you are the type who can listen to music while you work, I am. It helps me to focus. I don't listen to anything with words. I usually listen to like classical music or jazz or something like that. Something that I can't sing along to, because I do like to sing and dance to music. But if it's something that I can't sing along to and it's just got a good beat, even like binary beats, it really does help you to maintain focus and stay mindful in the work that you're doing. Mindfulness in legal writing. So when drafting legal documents, practice focusing on the task at hand. Like I said, my husband will open up a tab and he'll work on that motion, and it'll be the one thing that he's working on. Really try and do that. Like I said, today I moved outside and I was just focused on this motion, and I didn't have any other tabs open. I didn't have email open. I didn't have anything else going on. And I was really able to focus and give my undivided attention to this motion. And I will tell you, it turned out fantastic. I'm pretty proud of it. I'll let you know how it goes. I think it's going to be heard later this week. But this really can help you improve the quality of your work, and it reduces the likelihood that you're going to create, that you're going to make errors. As I was sitting there today, I noticed I had written a portion of this motion yesterday when I was distracted. I thought that I was going to a coffee shop in order to, get out of the house, away from my husband. It was the weekend. He's enjoying his weekend. I didn't want to bring work home, but I also didn't feel like going to the office. So I went to one of my local coffee shops. Usually works out great for me. Put in my little earbuds. I got some classical music. I'm not opening up a bunch of tabs and I'm just busting it out. Well, apparently that day at this darling little tea house that I usually is pretty quiet, they had 3 children's parties, one back to back to back. Ariel showed up to all of them. Clearly I was distracted yesterday. So today when I'm sitting outside and I'm reading through what I wrote yesterday, it's riddled with errors. So point being is that when you do focus on your legal writing, you are, and focus just on that without the distractions around you, you're less likely to make those kinds of errors. Another little tip about mindfulness in court. So in the courtrooms, being mindful can be a really big game changer for you. Practicing listening to the others and what they're saying when they're speaking, listening to the judge and listening to witnesses, opposing counsel, you can really hear what they have to say, and you can kind of watch the judge and the jury and opposing counsel read their body language. When you're all focused in your own head and what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, you lose sight of what's going on around you. I remember when I first started practicing, I would write out exactly what I was going to say, and I'd stand up at the podium and I'd read my document, and I was not paying attention to what was going on around me. The moment I prepared and knew what I wanted to say and had an idea of what I wanted to say, and then took a step back to look around and really be mindful of the judge, of opposing counsel, of witnesses, I was really able to course correct during oral argument, and really give the judge or the court what they wanted to hear. The benefits of mindfulness are not just immediate. Over time, regular mindfulness practice can lead to lasting changes in your brain and your overall well-being. Studies have shown that mindfulness can increase the gray matter in the areas of the brain associated with emotional regularity, empathy, and decision-making, which is key to the practice of law. Mindfulness can also help cultivate a greater sense of work-life balance. Being fully present in your work, you can then leave work at work and be present in your personal life, reducing the risks of burnout and improving your overall quality of life. So that wraps up today's episode. Remember that mindfulness is not only about eliminating stress, it's about changing your relationship with it. By staying present and cultivating a mindful approach to your work, you can navigate the challenges of a legal career with greater ease, focus, and resilience. Thanks for joining me today. Hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any other topics you would like us to tackle for you, please do leave us a comment. Please like and share this video. I really appreciate that. And until next time, we will See you soon. Thanks.